Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
That's Chris Isaac singing. Chris Isaac, who could have been I guess my second husband, if he hadn't have managed to escape the restraints. Ellen Whitehurst joins us right now. And Ellen, our whole lives we've heard the phrase blue moon. And when they sing about it, they make it sound like it's a lonely, lovesick thing. But there's such a thing as a blue moon, and we're going to have one tonight, right?
That's correct, Cher. And it's also actually called a wishing moon, and we'll get into that in a second. But I do want to wish Bob a happy birthday from me to him.
Thank you. And my pictures of Fudgy the Whale, which I enjoyed as dessert last night.
I tweeted them. They're awesome.
On Facebook right now.
Well, I'll be sure to check that out as soon as we hang the lines on.
Well, any woman would.
He gave his tongue a sleigh ride, Ellen.
That's right.
All right, so
Cher, the blue moon, the phrase once in a blue moon, actually the original phrase is traced back to a colloquialism that was in the Oxford English Dictionary in the 1500s. And it was meant not to actually describe the color of the moon, but it was meant to describe the impossibility that's associated with this moon, as in, once in a blue moon, that's so impossible, or the moon is made of cream cheese. And it's kind of stuck with that. And this whole idea of the song Blue Moon and being romantic but maybe a little weepy or a little lonely comes from the fact that oftentimes we see a blue moon at the end of the summer. And so it's that whole idea of going inward and gathering resources and seeing the harvest come in, but also seeing that we're coming into times that are going to get colder, going to get, more going within in the house and also in your own spiritual nature.
Now, I went out and looked at the moon last night. I took Hampton out and because it was a full moon, and right over my house, and there was sort of a haze in the sky that made it almost look actually blue.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Well, Ellen, you just called this.
What they do say is that if you do actually see the moon with a tinge of blue, that's because there's volcanic ash in the air. That's what will make the moon actually appear the color blue.
I thought you were going to say you were drinking too much. I swear to God, that's a really...
Well, you said that this is also known as a wishing moon, and after the craptacular week I've had, I'm wishing the week is over. So is this a wish for something good? And do you get to make the wish? How does the wishing part work?
Yes, anyone gets to make their own wish. And in fact, while we're on air today, 9:58 this morning is actually the fullest that this moon will be. So it's a great time. Anytime after you guys say goodbye, anyone listening to this should just take a moment and make their wish. And anyone can make the wish. And here's the idea behind a wishing moon, which actually comes from a lot of different cultures and traditions, not just one. When you're talking about this full moon at the end of the summer and coming into a harvest season, what the idea is that you want to plant seeds that you will then harvest or you will then see come to fruition. So making this wish, it can be as easy as just standing outside and thinking of something that you'd like to happen in your life, or you can get really detailed about it. You could sit down. This is my bailiwick, my wheelhouse is teaching people how to manifest. And what I always say is the more detailed you can get, if you can sit down and write a very detailed wish and focus on it, the more opportunity you have to make that come true.
I believe that. I totally believe that.
Well, thank you, Bob.
Yeah, because you start there's something about seeing it in writing that makes it seem more possible.
I was working in a factory when I was 19 years old, and I wrote down, because I read something about this. I need to get a job full time in radio. And I put it in my wallet, and I pulled it out and I looked at it every day. And about 3 months later, I got hired, just like that.
Well, Bob, Jim Carrey tells a very similar story about how before he was hired for anything, he actually wrote himself a check. and it was a check for something like $10 million.
Wow.
He wrote on the check that it was for a starring role in a major motion picture, and he did the same thing. He carried it in his wallet, took it out and looked at it several times every single day, and within 3 months, he got his first film role, which was The Mask, and it, catapulted him to stardom.
You should have written another one, not to take Ace Ventura 2.
Well, you all just heard Ellen. And it's 9:44 Eastern right now. So in 14 minutes, make a detailed wish on this magical blue moon. Ellen, have a great last Friday of summer.
I know.
You can find Ellen online at ellenwhitehurst.com and on Facebook. And the beginning of every month, Ellen takes over the Bob and Sherry Facebook page and answers your questions directly. She'll be with us on Tuesday for our September Shui Astrology.
Thank you, Ellen. We're out of here.